You've heard owls hoot at night, but you've never seen what they're really doing. A pair of barred owls arguing over a squirrel carcass. A great horned owl sneaking up on a mouse with near-silent wings. Stay to the end because the real reason owls hoot is even more surprising than you imagined. Number 1. You've probably heard the myth that owls are silent at night, like ghosts gliding through the dark, never making a sound. But actually, owls are far from silent. They're not just vocal, they're musical, with a repertoire of calls that can be both haunting and melodic. The barred owl, for instance, has a call that sounds like a human asking, "Who cooks for you?" So unique that it was used in the 1940s to identify the species from miles away. Far from being the stealthy, soundless hunters you imagined, owls are actually quite talkative, especially during mating season and territorial disputes. Contrary to what you might think, owls aren't keeping secrets. They're broadcasting their presence with a variety of calls that can be heard clearly across the night. Some of these sounds are even mistaken for coyotes or other nocturnal animals, like the great horned owl's deep, resonant call that mimics a howl. This isn't just random noise, it's a form of communication, often used to mark territory or attract a mate. A study by the Cornell Lab of Ornithology found that some owl calls can be heard as far as 2 miles away, making them some of the most audible birds in the night. What this means for you is that the next time you hear strange noises in your yard after dark, it might not be a ghost. It could be an owl having a conversation. But here's the real kicker. Some owl calls are so distinct and complex that they sound almost like music, revealing a side of these creatures you never expected. The barred owl's call, for example, is so recognizable it was used in bird surveys long before technology made it easier to identify species. These aren't just random noises, they're a language, a rhythm, and a psalm. So the next time you're out in the backyard after dark, listen closely. There's more going on than you ever imagined. And that's just the beginning of the surprises you'll uncover as we dig deeper into the myths and truths of backyard birds. Number 2. You've always assumed that owls are out there every night, silently stalking prey with eyes like searchlights. But what if we told you that sometimes they're just talking? Yes, owls are not always hunting. They're often calling out in the dark to communicate with their mates and offspring. These calls aren't just random noises, they carry specific meanings, like a language passed down through generations of owls. The eastern screech owl, for example, uses its calls to keep family members in touch over long distances. What this means for you is that your backyard might be more of a social hub than you ever imagined, full of owls chatting, not hunting. Did you know that owls can actually recognize the calls of their own family members, just like humans recognize the voices of their loved ones? A 2018 study in the journal PNAS revealed that some owls use unique vocal patterns to identify individuals in their group, a kind of owl-based phone book. These calls help them coordinate movements, avoid conflicts, and even warn each other of nearby dangers. This means that a lone call in the night might not be a cry for help, but a friendly hello or a territorial warning. Imagine hearing that call on a quiet evening. It's not just an owl being creepy, it's a member of a complex owl community right in your neighborhood. Researchers at the University of Washington discovered that some owl calls are even used to warn off intruders, a kind of nighttime security system. These calls can be heard for miles, acting like a beacon of identity and warning to other owls. So, the next time you hear an owl hoot at night, consider the possibility that it's not hunting, but socializing, or even defending its territory. And if you're curious, you might be listening to a whole family of owls sharing news, warnings, and even gossip in their own mysterious way. What's the next myth you've believed all your life about backyard birds? Number 3. You've always thought owls are lone hunters, right? That they swoop silently through the night all by themselves, picking off unsuspecting prey. But what if that's not the whole story? Some owls actually partner up with other birds to catch their meals. It's a surprising teamwork strategy that goes against everything we assume. You've seen owls hunting in the dark, but what if they're not doing it alone? This revelation changes how you view those shadowy silhouettes in your yard. What this means for you is that your backyard might be hosting a secret collaboration. The great horned owl isn't the only one on the prowl. Northern flicker woodpeckers are helping them locate prey by calling out. These birds don't just sit on branches, they actively work with owls, leading them to hidden prey. This partnership is a calculated move, showing how nature's creatures rely on each other in surprising ways. It's not just about survival, but strategy. You're witnessing a hidden alliance unfold right under your nose. This teamwork isn't limited to just one species either. In some regions, barn owls are seen hunting alongside other owl species, sharing the same territory and even coordinating their efforts. It's not the lone wolf of the night sky, but a well-orchestrated team of hunters. What this means for you is that you might be watching an entire ecosystem in action, not just a solitary predator. And there's more to uncover. Next, we'll explore a myth about how birds react when you clean your feeders. Number 4. You've always assumed owls are the silent, nocturnal rodent hunters of the forest, the ultimate pest control heroes. But what if your yard isn't a mouse paradise for them? In truth, owls are opportunistic eaters. They hunt not just mice, but also birds, fish, and even insects. Their diet changes with the season and prey availability, making them more versatile than you think. This means your backyard might be a hunting ground for owls, not just a place where they sit and wait for a rodent dinner. You might be surprised to learn that some owls actually target birds as their main prey. In fact, great horned owls are known to hunt ducks and geese, especially when rodent numbers drop. A 2019 study in the Journal of Raptor Research found that some owl species consume up to 25% of their body weight in prey each night, a feast that can include both birds and mammals. This means that if you have a pond or a lake nearby, your ducks may be on the menu for local owls. What this means for you is that owls aren't just rodent specialists. They're adaptable, intelligent hunters with a broad menu. Even owls that live near you may be more than just rodent predators. They could be bird hunters too. Their diets shift depending on the time of year and what's available, making them a bit like the ultimate backyard predators. So, if you've ever heard an owl hoot at night, it might not be the sound of a mouse-eating sentinel, but a bird-eating opportunist. And this brings up a bigger question. What else about your feathered neighbors might be completely different from what you've believed all along? Number 5. You've probably seen an owl perched in a tree and assumed that's where they all nest. But what if we told you that owls are more flexible than you think? Some owls, like the eastern screech owl, do nest in tree cavities, but not always. They may choose old woodpecker holes or even hollow logs. This isn't just a minor detail, it changes how we understand their habitat needs. Your yard might not have trees, but it could still be home to an owl. Nature has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. Did you know that some owls have been spotted in places you'd never expect, like old buildings or even rooftops? A 2017 survey by the National Wildlife Federation revealed that certain owl species have been found nesting in abandoned structures in urban areas. Great horned owls, for instance, have been documented in old barns, on telephone poles, and even perched on rooftop vents. These owls are adapting to human environments in ways we're only beginning to understand. Your neighborhood might be more owl-friendly than you ever imagined. So, the next time you spot an owl, don't assume it's in a tree. It could be in a building, on a pole, or even in a hollow log. What this means for you is that you should look beyond the obvious when observing wildlife. Nature's secrets are often hidden in plain sight. And this is just the beginning. We're only scratching the surface of how owls adapt to their environments. Stay tuned for more surprising revelations about these silent hunters. Number 6. You always thought owls were lone hunters, right? That they worked alone, silent and mysterious, just waiting for their moment in the dark. But what if we told you that some owls actually form lasting partnerships, even hunting side by side? Barred owls, for instance, have been known to pair up for years, sharing territory and even working together to take down prey. This isn't just a rare occurrence, it's a strategy that helps them survive in tough conditions. What this means for you is that the next time you hear an owl call at night, it might not be alone. You might not have known that owl families can function like a team, with parents and even older offspring hunting together. A 2020 study in the Journal of Ornithology uncovered that certain owl species create family groups during the nesting season, where multiple generations work in unison to find and capture prey. These group hunts increase their success rate and help younger owls learn essential survival skills. Great horned owls, for example, are often seen mentoring their young, showing them how to track and strike from the shadows. This behavior is a testament to their intelligence and adaptability in the wild. Owls aren't just stealthy hunters. They're also surprisingly social, forming bonds that go beyond the usual solitary image. Some species even live in family units that hunt together, which is a far cry from the image of the lone owl in the moonlight. This social behavior isn't just for show. It's a practical approach to thriving in their environments. But there's more to uncover about these nocturnal neighbors. What else might we be missing about the world of owls that's right in your own backyard? You always thought owls hooted at night to stake their claim, to announce their presence like a king on his throne? But what if that sound is something far more tender? A mother owl calling her young, a father guarding the nest from unseen threats. Every hoot is a thread in the silent tapestry of their lives, woven with love and fear. It's a reminder that even in the stillness of the night, there is a world of emotion hidden just beyond our understanding. You believed owls were solitary, masters of the night, watching the world from afar. But in their hoots, there is a language of care, a whisper of protection. It's not just about claiming land, it's about protecting the ones you love, even when no one is looking. This truth changes how you see the night, how you hear the hoots. It's not just a sound, it's a story of survival, of love, of a life lived in the dark, with purpose and tenderness. Next time you hear an owl hoot, think about what they might be saying. Are they warning of danger, calling a mate, or simply sharing the night with you? Tell us in the comments what you've seen or heard in your own backyard. I'll see you in the next one.